With the defeat of Godric, an entirely new part of the world is now open for me to explore, just beyond Stormvale Castle. All I gotta do is just run by this guy who continues to stomp his head into the ground for all eternity. Also, hey, there's Godric's throne, which I do not believe for even a second that he could possibly sit in this. I can, though. Kind of. So it's no Resident Evil 4, but I guess this is about as good as it's gonna get. All right. So, next area, of course, is going to be also a very good place for me to get a little bit more strength. Not literally, because as of right now, with 40 in that stat, not really planning to put any more points there. I mean, oh, sure, I can, but the returns are going to be so small that I think it would be way more worthwhile just to get a lot more health. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. However, smithing stones and the like are going to be very, very plentiful at this point in the game. And that means that with the ability to get up to, God, what is it? Something like plus 18, plus 20, I think it maxes out at. Yeah, you can already see here up to plus 12. That should be a pretty substantial increase in the amount of damage that I'm doing. It's too bad that it's raining right now. Can't really see too much of the landscape around here. But hey, can see that. Liurnia of the Lakes. Yes, this is sort of a lake area. That's going to be the major landmark that you see around here. Is that pretty much anywhere that you look down here, you'll see either mangroves or just straight up submerged buildings all over the place. But that is not what I'm looking for. To start, anything that resembles, say, a cathedral. Anything... Oh, and there it is right there. Yes, and then some sort of map. A map anywhere would definitely be pretty useful. Apparently it's right there, so something of a trek, but I should be able to get to that point. Yeah, even though you do have these little obelisks that show you exactly where the maps are, I do feel like sometimes they're a little bit more difficult to get to than the game might indicate. First off, though, Church of Irith, and yeah, something at the foot of the statue sounds pretty good. Yep. Although I'm still at this level of health, healing up pretty much for my entire health bar whenever I use a +2 flask, so that's more something for later.
You're
Hi.
tarnished, aren't you? Then perhaps you could spare some runes. Believe it or not, I studied glintstone sorceries at the Academy of Raya Lucaria. For a small donation, I'd be happy to share my knowledge.
So you can probably take a guess right now as to what the major landmark that I'm going to be trying to get to in this episode. Oh, what, really?
Oh, there you are. Care to donate?
Yes.
For us. Well, bless you. You're a true saint. My name is Topes. Presuming you're interested, I can teach you sorceries, as promised. Only, none of them are particularly great.
Well, let's see. This is, in fact, something that I can use. Starting out as the deprived class, I got 10 in everything, but is it that good? Nah, probably not. Still, though, something to think about.
Apologies, friend. I'm afraid my meager sorceries are no match for your generosity. Oh, right. I can tell you what I know about this place. That should help a bit. You've seen that structure to the north, towering over the water. That's the Academy of Raya Lucaria, where we study glintstone sorceries. Only its doors have been closed for quite some time now. After they declared they wouldn't interfere with the shattering, the Academy cast repelling seals on the east gate leading to the capital, and the south gate leading here. As you might have guessed, the seals are still active, making entry to the Academy impossible without a glintstone key. And so I'm stuck here. A fledgling sorcerer with little chance of acquiring a key. When they cast the seals, I'd just popped out. And now I'm uprooted from my place of learning. Why not find yourself a glintstone key? Without one, You can't pass through the academy, and you'll never reach the Erdtree capital. And if you find an extra glintstone key, perhaps, once you've tied up all your loose ends, and I can be very patient, would you consider donating it to me? I know it. I'm a bluntstone. Nary a hint of talent for sorcery. But still, my place is at the academy.
Well, I'd love to, but I don't know if there is a second one to even go get. And I do, in fact, need to get into that academy. That does lead up to the capital, where, well, the base of the tree that you've seen in the background this entire time is at. But for right now, I mean, I can't even see the gigantic structure to the north here. If only it wasn't so foggy all the time, it would be a little bit easier. It would be a much... Trust me, it would be a much grander spectacle to look out over these cliffs if the weather was a little bit better. The level of realism there is actually kind of funny when you think about it. Oh, please tell me I'm not going to die. And I'm going to die. And once more to the giant headstones jutting out from this giant cliff. There we go. Oh, the fall damage is, of course, much more generous in this game, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, I'm not going to have a lot of exploding knees incidents anyway. Oh, also with the death, I do believe the weather is a lot better to actually see stuff around here. Well, at least I thought it was. Never mind. Did I put down a marker? I think I did that by accident. But anyway, still planning to try and head out to the middle of this lake, looking for the academy and trying to figure out some way to get in there. I'm sure you can probably tell as of now what I'm going to end up finding, though. Well, a giant seal, but, you know, aside from that, there's good reason why this episode is named the way it is. What exactly are these things? You sometimes see them... Anyway, you sometimes see them in the background, but I guess without a bow, I guess I can't really attack them right now, can I? Oh, well, I'm not really going to worry too much. For the most part, I'm still very much dedicated to just sonic speeding my way past every single enemy that I see. Because it is... Hey, you going to argue with results? I'm already into the next major area of the game. It's episode 3, right? Right? That's the way I see it. Besides, farther you get into the game, more grinding opportunities. Oh, what do you got? Easier it is going to be to level. That... I don't know. Really not quite sure what that even means. Still, not very clued into a lot of what's going on in the lore of this game. I've been trying to figure out... Oh, ghosts? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Ah! Oh, ghosts, I suppose he's referring to. And yeah, no, this isn't... Not the time. Though, hey, with a few more hard runes now, I shouldn't have to worry about not having 10 on my person here for some time. As it is, though, I still cannot believe that, yeah, just missing 10, exactly 10 runes. There's not even one enemy you can just fight around there. Makes it really easy to get that amount. By the way, glintstone. One of the things I saw back in the Celia, the town of sorcerers, was an awful lot of these bright blue stones kind of all over the place. That is exactly what that is, and I suppose it is the source of magic in this universe. Which means that it's not some sort of result of infection like it was with, say, Seath, but more of a, or like terrible experimentation, but I suppose just kind of natural byproduct of needing a lot of it around there. There's a bunch of areas that you see around the game, small tunnels, like I showed off in the first episode, where dudes are mining a bunch of stuff, and that does include glintstone. Alright, nice. But yes, the lakes, This is exactly what I was talking about with the lakes. Being outside of the academy gate, this is where a town would be if it wasn't half submerged right now. Don't even know where to look for lore about why this place is in such disrepair, but I suppose we can always just chalk it up to the shattering. Probably a good explanation for the state of a lot of things in the world of Elden Ring. Well, hey, makes it pretty easy to walk around here, I suppose. And also crabs. That's right, Dark Souls 3, giant crabs are back, baby. And I think more or less acting the exact same. I think they're pretty much the exact same as they appeared back then. Boy, the fogginess, I'm telling you. You can in fact really see the academy in the background if it wasn't so foggy right now. Guess it sort of, ooh, nice. Yoink. Guess it sort of comes with the territory of having a day night as well as, yeah, there we go. Day night as well as like weather cycles going on here. Do believe that's also a second, golden seed, so I should be able to get even one more. Oh boy. Even one more of the flask charges in my potion right now. Alright, get out of here. Yep, that is most definitely a seal. But hey, at least there's this here. So when I actually do get the key, make my way back very easily. But the thing you're really looking for here is not the seal itself, but this guy. Meeting place map. Not a real map. Just one that will give you an idea of where you'll want to go from here. Which is specifically, if I can find it, sort of 2 islands next to the academy. Surely desired one of the keys to the academy. So, where am I looking at here? Well, without the map, kind of hard to see. So I'm going to go right back here and try and find that thing because it'll be much easier to see where I'm going when I can actually see it on the map right now. Well, I'm trying to find the place where I can get the map for this area, but I guess this is something too. Hey, what's going on?
There you are. You claimed a great rune and had your audience with the 2 fingers at the round table home.
Sure did.
What was your impression?
Magnificent.
Don't say. Well, what a relief that must be. You may go then. My work here is done. May the wisdom of the 2 fingers guide you.
Are you telling me that there's something else that I could have said? Is this like alternate ending sort of dialogue? The 2 fingers did seem a little off, I guess. Not like too off, but they were also still pretty magnificent.
Aha. Your intuition serves you well. My doubts had been piling up, you see. The words of the 2 fingers cannot be trusted. Truly, naught but rambling, senile delusions. I believe that when the Elden Ring was shattered, the 2 fingers were corrupted, their guidance skewed. Even worse, the fingers harbor no love for our kind. That's the part that irks the most.
So, what are you thinking?
Oh, I have a gift for you. Something fit only for the wise. A means for circumventing the draw of the 2 fingers. Give it a try, won't you? And if it please you, may we meet again. I've high hopes for you, my lambkin.
Ah, I see. So, I don't know if this guy's any more trustworthy, but let me go take a look here. Those fingers for a wing of black and blood. Doesn't really say much of anything else to be said.
Try that. There's no the tarnished were spurned by grace, forsaken by the two fingers. And now they ask you to mend their crumbling world? Your loyalties are misplaced with them.
Is this bloody finger that I saw earlier, by the way? Did the whole invasion thing of the world, had that one samurai guy come in here and totally not help me out? Well, interesting sort of extra stuff, but I don't think that's quite what I'm looking for here when it comes to trying to find the actual map. Sure, there was that one map area, Oh. I see that there is at least one more person in this here church now, isn't there? Well, anyway, I was saying there was that one map area, but that didn't show the main part of the lake. So I'm still looking around for the other map for this area. Well, after a surprising amount of faffing about, I didn't notice that the map was right here. It's just right here. Whoops. Anyway, well, that's useful, I suppose. Hey, look, here's the two islands that I'm looking for. All right, I guess it's a good thing that I've opened up every single grace point otherwise in the middle of the map here, because that makes going around a lot easier. Two islands, threw down a waypoint, and this is apparently where I'm going to be getting the key now. Oh, also a dragon. Once again, after mid-year, I am not fighting any more dragons. Nah, forget about that, man. Nope. Yes. Kukri, whatever. Don't care about that. The only thing I was here for is that key, after all. Glintstone Dragon Smog can just, you know, hang out over there for all time. Okay. Well, as soon as I stop hearing boss music and seeing a health bar, yep, that should do it. Let's take a look at that key. Oh yeah, definitely should be able to upgrade some stuff here. Well, not quite with this, but everything else though. Key. For some reason it is soul-bound to me now, but whatever. It's not like I need to be giving this to anybody else. Not that I think he would take it even if not that I think that guy would take it even if I tried to give it to him. Thank God you don't have to necessarily fight that dragon. Mid-year back in Dark Souls 3 that was a fight. A very large creature, you know, being a dragon and all that, but also one that moved like a much smaller creature. It was hard to even get near it most of the time to do attacks. Break the seal already. Well, that's not quite what I expected. It is, hey, it works. All right, here it is. And to get inside there, it really is as simple as just taking the elevator on up. However, there's also this place right over here, which is maybe somewhat more interesting. Lets me get to the other side of this and up to the area where the capital is at. Which, if I wanted to go ahead inside the academy, I certainly can right now, but for the time being, I want to continue to explore around on the overworld while I got the chance. After all, I don't think that there's anything that's going to stop me from doing this. When I originally played the game, I went right into the academy because, you know, hey, new area, right there. The grace points directly towards it, but Bellum Highway. It's also certainly another point of great interest. As you can see, it literally does lead like right up to the tree up here. Also, hi.
You, please, I can read them. Your fingers, please, your fingers. Oh, what a pity it is to be without the right. All you can do is stand at a loss, without even the half-crescents that wish to be whole. Before the unmoving, unfeeling grand lift ahead. Or are you planning to throw yourself to the waters? To find the coward's passage through the dim cavern?
The coward's passage is indeed what I took the first time, but I have since figured out what you actually want to do. Hey, you remember back in the very first episode where, while I was looking for the third church of Marika, I managed to go down all the way here to Fort Height? Well, as it turns out, that item that I picked up in there, which is right over here, if I can find it. My god, this inventory is so huge. I tell you, key items. I managed to find this thing up at the top of that. Joint medallions to operate the Grand Lift of Dectus, which specifically those are the crescents that she is talking about. It also tells me that the right half is said to reside in Fort Faroth in Dragonbarrow, far to the east, which is, of course, all the way in Caelid, but I've already gotten a lot of Caelid explored, as it turns out, so just as a plague, Fort Faroth, right there. Let's take a quick stop over there, although I probably should have hit the Grace here first. I believe there was one directly in front of me. Whoops. It's fine, Look, it's not like I have too much trouble going through the gate at this point in time. I got the key after all. That's the most important thing here. All I had to do was just kind of spend a half hour looking around for a map and then walk past the dragon. All right, Grey Rolls, Dragonbarrow. There's the fort right there. If I'm remembering the original playthrough that I did, I don't think it's even inside of the fort. Maybe it is, but I kind of vaguely remember there was something around here that I got that in like a different location. Then again, I might as well just head up into the... Might as well just head up inside of the fort. It's right here, after all. And it did explicitly tell me to go inside there, so... I suppose there's there's no point in looking around here. It's just, I swear that I found the second half of the medallion, which that one I found first when I was playing the game originally. But that was far outside of here. Dangerous, dangerous characters, but trust me, they might call it the Path of Cowards. It is not as easy and, you know, cowardly as they're making it sound. I'll probably dip in there to kind of show you what I'm talking about, but trust me, I have no interest in doing that one again. Oh, no, it's just right here. No, this in fact is the much more cowardly path, trust me. And the much easier path too, no less. Alright, send me right back to that main academy gate. And I do believe that the Finger Maiden there will have me a little bit... will have something a little bit different to say now that I got both of them. There is also, of course, a bunch of flask upgrades that I should be activating right now, but we'll get there when I'm actually about to go fight a big fight. Trust me, I'm planning for one to happen in every one of these episodes. Some kind of boss of notability. Whether it is Godric or... whether it's Godric, whether it's Margit, whether it's, say, somebody who might be appearing at the top of an academy. I don't know. I mean, there's so many possibilities now, aren't there? No, there's exactly one possibility. I've already told you exactly what it is. It's a gigantic academy. You remember like Bloodborne? Remember like Bergenworth? Same sort of concept. Or of course, the Church of Mensis entirely. Far more of a school in the end. Hey, guess what?
Please.
Yeah.
Bless you. Bless you. You, the one who holds both half-crescents. Take the path to the grand lift ahead. For you are the one who will be Lord. Bear witness, one and all. The Lord is returned. The Elden Lord is come again.
I spent 5 minutes opening up 2 chests at the top of forts. I feel like that's a bit excessive praise for that. But hey, whatever, I'll take it. Hey, look, back in Dark Souls, to become the new king of gods, essentially, all you had to do was ring 2 bells and then go through a fort. It was not the most impressive of feats by the end of it. Especially because ringing 2 bells was just the sign for a giant to open up the gate in the end of it. Okay. But there are a few other things that I want to do before I head up to the Grand Lift. It is largely a straight shot, being a highway and everything like that, but here we do have a little bit of another church. And as always, those are, needless to say, some of the more interesting locations that you can get to. Bellum Church. Sacred Tier. Oh yeah, baby, it's happening again. But you might also notice the gigantic hole in the floor here. Well, that leads you right down to the coward's path that they were referring to. Which, like I said, might be worth checking out. Just a little bit, but, I don't know. Hell yeah. Do I have any more than that? No, I need 3 now. Oh, man. Sacred Tier 1. Sacred Tier 2. Oh, man. This is getting to be one beefy big boy flask for the time being. But yeah, remember the Bellum Church for later. We'll be back here. Against my will, but we'll do it. After all, if you're unwilling or uninterested in taking the easy way up to the capital, this is moderately easy. I'm not going to say it's like trivial. Okay. Cut that out. You do get something of a fun, welcoming party now, don't you? That said, I would still rather take my chances with these guys than the Coward's Cavern. But anyway, what is even shooting at me? I can't even see, like, the gigantic ballistas that they're firing right now. Oh well. It's a highway, you know? It's meant to be traveled. Yoink. Dragon Wound Grease. Interesting name. And then I do believe you get even more hints related to that, that's Coward's Cavern way. Yeah, but I don't need to. I got both the half medallions of Dectus. It's fine. So let's go set that one up right here. Yeah, it's surprising that although Godric is sort of a very big roadblock into getting into the rest of the world of Elden Ring, not so much anything else happening in the lake area here. Hey, check it out. And there we are. The Great Lift activated. Sends me all the way up to Atlas Plateau. More or less what I would call the third area of the open world here. It's actually a lot quicker to get to than you would expect. But anyway, taking a look over here. Of course, there are a few giants behind me, but I guess they do recognize the fact that I had the medallion. They're not going to shoot at me now, are they? Please? Please don't. Come on. Come on, I beg of you. I'm on my knees here. Don't try and kill me. Here's also where you see a lot of very spectral banners, like ghosts of banners. See this guy here who is a boss, a mini boss, you know. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Not going to be fighting him. I mean, hey, the guards of the capital are, let's just say, quite numerous here. That Knight Cavalry is hardly the first one that I'm going to be encountering. Oh boy, is it not. But head right past these guys, all the way up here. There's the entrance. There's the tree. Well, look, these guys are not on horseback. They're going to have a much harder time fighting me. And that's only to my advantage. And then keep sprinting. It's right there. Right there. The door is even open for me right now. There's also 2 tree sentinels here as well, which is pretty great. Hey, did you have a hard time with the first tree sentinels? Well, here's 2 of them. I don't know if I would even consider that the dual boss fight, but certainly definitely gets pretty close for this game. And you can immediately see some of the smaller air trees around here, and one of the major reasons why I want to get in here ASAP. Hell yeah. Just go and get a ton more flask upgrades. This is the flask upgrade episode, I guess. There is the capital. All of it's a bountiful good stuff to go explore and loot. A lot of looting opportunities, that's what I'm trying to say here. In fact, I do believe that there is another one of the trees just slightly past this guy, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely something that'll be very worthwhile to grab here before I go and try and conquer a place of learning, as one does. Spectral banners. How strange. Yep, give me the golden seeds. That's some good stuff, man. Then there is, of course, plenty of other areas to kind of wander around here. Plenty of other sights to be seen. Enemies to be fought. All that sort of stuff. Oh, what? You gotta be kidding me. I guess he did say he was going to be back, but did you not have enough the first time, Margit? Should I even go try and fight him? I mean, I do know his pattern. You know, in fact, even more than that, actually, one of the things I did pick up while I was doing the big, huge run around looking for that map earlier was manage to find one of these things. Let's get that blessing. Finally, my rune has been activated, and you can see all my resistances growing in size, but also like all of my stats just in general. Let's do this. Being on top of a horse also should make this a little bit easier. All right, Margit. Okay, he still does. He still is for real though. Oh, and now he has teleporting abilities. That's pretty cool. All right. Come on. I cannot believe that this guy is just right back here again. And look, he has like the full-on level of health that he did originally. Of course, I'm doing a little bit better in terms of damage and whatnot, but still, the idea here, just the sheer idea that here he is, he's back. It's just so incredibly silly to me. Wonder if you get anything for fighting him. When I found him the first time, it's like I didn't really make an attempt to fight him here, but you know, in Dark Souls 2, the Pursuer did in fact give you some pretty cool stuff for beating him. Can I actually start like stunning this guy? Seemingly not. Yeah, and it really is the exact same moveset and everything. Come on, Margit. I can also just get on the horse here. That might, you know, just the sheer amount of extra speed that I get here could be... No, never mind. Okay, you know what? I'll go mess around with that later. Already kind of down in terms of resources as well. Does not seem like it's going to be tremendously easier than when I first fought him, but hey, sort of a funny thing to think that the bridge guard... Nope, not giving up. Not even close, as it turns out. But anyway, there is also one other thing that I'm coming to this area specifically to go find. And that is a little bit outside of the capital, but still in this general area here. I can even open up the map anytime here. Actually, let's also just real quick rest at the Grace for 1 second. Yeah, kind of over in this area. You see this little spot right here? Want to go try and make my way over to that area. Because boy, oh boy, is it worthwhile. Do need to make sure that I kind of stay low, though, because it is quite low on the whole map here. Holy grease. All right. Lot of good buffs potentially for the future. Like that going up to fighting, I don't know, undead would probably be pretty useful. But eventually I should also be able to make that, you know, using the whole item crafting deal that I got going on here. I don't know, though. Still haven't really found every one of those cookbooks that I've been looking for. For the time being, this is the objective that I'm really looking for. Right in here, you might recognize this as a very similar sort of area from the first episode. It is another one of the mines, and I think you know exactly what I'm in here for. So this place, Sealed Caves, which the whole idea of calling this Sealed Caves makes it very obvious what you want to end up doing. It's right here. There we go. The fact that there is sealed tunnels, whatever it's called. Yeah, the fact that there is otherwise seemingly nothing except for a grace point there is a pretty obvious type of indication that this has some good stuff in it that they're trying to hide from you. And specifically, it's right here. That's right. No muss, no boss fighting, just right here. Bellstone. You might recognize that from all the way back in the... Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? They're trying to get me here. Might actually die at this rate. Ooh, boy. I can't find the way back up. Okay, here we go. I hope I don't die. I'll lose that rune arc deal if I do that. Ah. But yeah, back in the round table hold, that there are Bell sisters that I was able to buy, like the minimal amount of armor that I'm wearing right now. This is 100% like related to them. I mean, anything that I think is called like a bell is going to be. But being able to get this turned in going to be an important part of the entire like strategy that I'm employing from this point to get as powerful as possible before I start to take on some more big bosses. I don't know why every single time you warp anywhere, it continues to do the whole... That is not me getting infected by things. That is showing that my bars have raised, which for whatever reason does mean that they need to go back down, so it makes it seem like you were just infected by a bunch of ailments. I have no idea why. Smithing Miner's Bell Bearing. 2. Is there a 1? Yes. In fact, it's back in the lake area, and as much as I would like to go get that, that one does in fact require you to beat a boss. But hey, infinite smithing stones now. There we go. Can finally just go upgrade every and anything that I could possibly want, and I will. I'm gonna do that like pretty much immediately after this. I have no idea when this opened up, but hey.
Have you ever felt the curse? With your whole being, the pox upon life itself, feared and despised by all. The reviled blessing. Apparently not. You are but a lamb, a stranger to defilement, ignorant of your own ignorance. You no longer interest me. I've been long without peace. Don't spoil my quietude.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, just randomly throughout the game, it seems that that a lot of these doors open up. No idea what exactly the requirement it is for it, or even what some of these rooms do. I mean, this place, while very nice, is doesn't seem to really contain anything of interest. Strange. You still not wanting to talk to me? No, of course not. Anybody else? Any other new faces that I haven't seen in here before?
I believe we've met. I'm known as D. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my word.
Vampire hunter?
Those who live in death should be left well alone.
The villain from D4? Dark Dreams Don't Die?
Unless you wish to lay down your life.
Dracula? From the hit video game D?
Those who live in death should be left well alone. All the more should you spy a mariner among their number.
Okay.
Ah, you again, is it? The recusants sent a lackey. Can you believe they invited me to join them? Now, after what they did? I can scarcely believe it myself. Did they think me a fool? You might be surprised to learn I took them up on the offer. Then I only had to ask. The location of the recusant hideout. It's on Mount Gelmir, found off the old road that leads west from the town of Windmills. That's where they hide. The manor on the peak. Just you wait, wretched recusants. You'll rue the day you insulted my name by laying hands on Lanya. The tale of House Hoslo is told in blood, after all.
Okay, yeah, Mount Gelmir is actually right next to the capital that I was just at. If I go look here, that is like this area up here. Which, I mean, being a gigantic volcano, I have little interest in going to right now, but maybe eventually.
I'm a recent arrival. Isn't this place impressive?
Eh.
Round table hold, covert quarters of the Two Fingers, and gathering place of champions who vie to become Elden Lord. I never knew the guidance bestowed upon us Tarnished had such fantastic roots, although it's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose. It's all a bit much for me. I'm still looking.
Anybody else hanging around here?
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember the last time a new Tarnished made their way to the round table. Very well. As your senior, I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard.
Nope, I still got the big axe.
Allow me a word of advice. You are a mere visitor to the round table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their
I have a
keep.
great rune.
Remember your place. Newcomer.
I killed Godric. Like, what do you... Come on. Come on now. Have you not heard the tale of Fancy Dan, he who slayed Margit on his first try at level 2 with no armor and no upgraded weapons?
Forgiveness. The road is yet long. A god is not easily felled. But one day without fail you will have your wish. So please grant me forgiveness, Queen Marika.
I've heard a lot about Queen Marika. That was the... Seen a few of her churches around. That's where I got the first sacred tear.
You, is it? I didn't notice you there. I'll be doing my job, same as ever. Just lay out your arms.
So,
Those words were not meant for you. I may be prisoner to you, tarnished lot, but my prayers are mine, and mine alone. Well, I've had my say. I'll be more careful too.
I see. Hey, what's going on with Roderica?
Girly boy here. She's crestfallen and can scarcely swing a blade.
Oh, I
She
see.
has a gift for spirit tuning. I saw another one like her long ago. Their eyes share the same hue.
I see. Wait, how did I bring her here? I didn't do anything. Well, anyway, let me sell some stuff real quick. Should have, not as many as I want, to be honest. But that should at least get me a couple upgrades, right? A couple. Smithing stones 3, but I can at this point in time go and buy as many of those as I want. They make it very, very easy to do so, after all. So I do appreciate that. Anybody else new in here? No, not really. Well, tell me more about that spirit tuning.
It's all a bit much for me, and I'm still looking for my... You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us Tarnished. But I know he's trapped here at the Round Table Hold, so I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all.
Okay. Well, here, I did I did talk earlier about the fact that there is another place that you can go to get infinite upgrade stones, so might as well go check that one out right now. As much as I don't really want to fight another boss, it is probably worth it to show exactly where you need to go for that. Can also get me a few more runes that I can use to get even more upgrades. Which, being that this is where I'm getting another one of those bells, I think is a good place to try and go find those. The only problem is that I have no idea how well prepared I am for this. I just know the basic location. You can see on the map even that you can kind of see it. Looks like a little orange circle. That's more or less what I'm trying to look for whenever it comes to getting as many smithing supplies as possible, I guess. I don't know. But hey, much like finding the obelisks on the map for the various maps, it's like it is nice that they give you some indication of where things are at. Because the whole open world nature of things does make it very hard to sometimes find stuff that you want to see. Hey, saw this thing on the various loading screens. I do not know what to do with them. Yep. The bell? Nope, no idea. Well, anyway, I suppose that's not really something to be messing around with right now. In case I ever do manage to find out what you want to do with those, well, here's one of them. I've also seen a second one too, but that's a little bit farther away, closer to where like the Leonine Misbegotten is at. Much like the previous dungeon that I was in, still has this whole cave aesthetic going on here. The only thing is that this is a little bit longer in terms of dungeoneering now, isn't it? Don't just go right into the first room and loot a single chest. Speaking of which, despite seeing a lot of chests in this game, still have yet to see any sort of mimics. Closest thing that has happened is some, yeah? Still don't know what somber smithing stones are. Smithing stones, but with a little bit more melancholy? Who knows? Yeah. No mimics. Have seen some trapped chests, which, like, teleport you, which is kind of weird. But, nothing else. No proper enemies like appeared back in the Souls games. Other Souls games. I like the idea of just straight up using magical weapons for digging. When you have this many glintstones around, I suppose it's fairly easy to do exactly that, right? I don't really think about the more mundane usages of magic, but like they do appear in some ways in this game. Hey, it's really good at carving up stuff, right? Well, anyway, along with like the glintstone caves, like I said, getting the bell in here also is pretty good. Oh, you're doing it, eh? Well, kind of. Oh, no, you're still doing it. Huh. Usually those guys don't really like to follow you onto the elevators, but, well, at least if they do it, they put themselves in some pretty grave danger in terms of, you know, having me get a lot of free hits in. Oh, don't even. Don't even. Ah, he's breaking the magic crystal. I don't like that. No, hi. In this, I'm also less interested in fighting. Look, you always know which one's the dungeon boss is going to be at because it'll be the very large doors. Obviously not there just yet. Okay. I think probably down here. As always, it's usually kind of a straight shot to find what you're looking for, but not always. Some of those branching paths can just kind of lead you into a dead end that makes it very easy for enemies to kill you if you haven't been fighting them the entire time. Which I haven't. Oh, no. I thought that was a ghost. Sort of looked like a ghost. Alright. The Crystallion. a very silly looking enemy, to be honest. Not like the most dangerous seeming, but bosses are bosses. This one also takes very little damage from my attacks here. However, if I do it right... Nope. I think I'm gonna need to go and knock him down or try and do a backstab or something. Because otherwise, I don't think that... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, otherwise I don't think I'm going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. That, though, pretty decent amount of damage. Ah, good. Not quite sure what the difference was there in terms of... Not quite sure what the difference was there in terms of the damage that I was doing, but... That was it? Okay, that was it. Ugh. Thank God for the poise coming in the clutch there. Otherwise, I would have been knocked right out of that. Maybe the first time that I've actually had poise working in my favor. All I required was just totally tanking one huge hit from a mini-boss while trying to do a charged R2 strike. Weird boss. Sort of almost robotic in nature. But hey, now I have up to smithing stone +4 available to myself, which is quite good. That said, I'm kind of already past using like the +2 to +4 sort of stuff, so not that big of a deal ultimately. It was really more about showing it off and trying to get the runes from it than anything else. Well, let me see how many smithing stone 3s I can go and buy, and then head right into the academy and see what happens. Alright. Grace is telling me go right in here, and that is exactly what I'm doing. Aside from that, I still haven't even gotten like a level in quite some time now. Health is at 18, which is pretty nice, but not as much as I want. And that's, you know, with the buff from the Great Rune, of course, which I guess gives me +5 to every single one of my stats. Hence the pretty big buff in just about, well, everything that I have right now. It's nice, but, you know, I'm sure there are other Great Runes out there that I can probably use a little bit more. Because with the topping off of, you know, here it is already. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Thank God for the invincibility while opening doors. I'm so glad they kept that in Elden Ring after it was totally absent from Dark Souls 2. Alright. Now, let's see how good my memory is for where I need to go. I think immediately left here. Yes, perfect. I really don't want to lose my... I don't want to lose my cool rune, but that might happen if I stay next to these guys for, like, any amount of time. Alright, alright, alright. Good beginning, good start. Don't really want to deal with... I'm guessing those are probably supposed to be some sort of magical golems or something, because otherwise... Oh, great. It's the classic Dark Souls thing of having enemies rush at you from behind walls. Grace Mimic, not quite essential for anything I want to do here. Also, this is clearly not the area that I wanted to get to. Let me just take out the torch right now so I can see a little bit better. Fog is getting that much thicker for the time being. But yeah, taking a look around, I guess, yeah. Bridge, very promising as far as progress points to be. That said, oh no, that's not good. Well, that's not what I'm looking for, and of course everything's already attacking me in the back here as well. Look, I'll take a lot of items right now, but the thing that I really want to see is jump. is more or less like grace points, not just regular items or something that'll give me advantages later on, you know, healing and whatnot. I'm just putting this away for right now. No, you know what? I think I'm going to go take the elevator. If I remember correctly, I think the elevator is, in fact, where I want to go to anyway. Dogs ain't going to be following me from here. Good. Pleasant. Not deadly. All the things that I'm looking for when it comes to going through this area. Hey, there's a glintstone, by the way. Instead of having that just kind of like randomly grow around here. Well, it is also kind of doing that, seemingly too. They're just sort of storing it in these areas. So dark and foreboding. It's not exactly a Hogwarts around here now, is it? Hello. I would like to not fight you if I can. Okay. All of these scholars looking around here at the various books, waiting for the opportunity to practice their magic on me. A lot of fun. Damn it. That's not what I wanted. Oh my god, here it comes, everybody. Here comes the ungodly amount of magic. It's happening right now. This is the sort of risk that you take when you just try to wander into a magical academy, I'm telling you. Hundreds of magical bolts flying at you from every single direction. Okay. Hey, that's good. That's a door. And right into the Sif fight. Hey, everybody. Did you like Great Grey Wolf Sif? Well, he's back in red wolf form. Here he is. Yeah, the comparisons never stop, do they? Well, one of the most effective things to do with magic is run and circle strafe. Then, thankfully, much like the previous fight against like the Misbegotten. Oh no, I'm stuck against the wall. Yep. Good old corner. Doesn't take a lot of damage to take down, but does require you to do some tricky dodging. Quite tricky dodging, in fact. Okay, I think this should about do it. Yeah, looks like that's good. And now Great Grey Wolf Sif is defeated until the next Souls game where the boss is reused yet again. I tell ya. Oh, that should also give me another couple of upgrades for the axe on top of everything else. Wait, and is there another grace point in there that... Yeah, okay. Should always remember that anytime that you have a boss, even one that doesn't even have a second phase like that, sort of the prelude to the actual boss is that you usually do at least get a save point appearing there as well. All right. Yeah, how many times has Sif appeared in the game? Apparently that was going to appear in Dark Souls 3, but that was cut out in favor of the Abyss Watchers. Or maybe it was supposed to be in addition to the Abyss Watchers. The information was apparently in the game for it. But then there's also, like, you know, the giant rat character in Dark Souls 2. Of course, classic Sif. It was the Dark Souls 3 did appear in the Ashes of Ariandel. Very similar sort of boss. Yep, it is a common one to see. Also, maybe like to go get some more health instead. Yeah, I should probably do that ultimately. Because thinking about it right now, I do more likely need some HP more than damage. I mean, Sif, not a huge health pool, or maybe it's just the weapon that I'm using happens to be particularly good against him, but not, I'm doing okay on damage, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. And then every single time I upgrade, I stop two-handing that. This is a debate parlor, which is sort of interesting. Well, not as much as I was hoping for. A debate parlor, even though it is seemingly also kind of covered in crystals, as everything else is. Yeah, I haven't killed anything, have I? Well, I also died quite a few times against Thief, so you know, it's something that kind of prevents me from also getting souls at the same time as well. All right, this place, the old classic Dark Souls thing of having to jump off onto ramparts rather than just running immediately forward. Sort of tricky, but ultimately not too bad. You can figure it out pretty easily. Yep. Whether it's just gigantic stone balls, iron balls being summoned from the ether, or balls made out of skeletons, you're gonna get bowled over by something in these games, aren't you? Hey, anything of interest over here? Actually, what is this? Yeah, where does this go? Where are you sending me here? I mean, usually it's a two-way street, so it's not too bad. But regardless, it's not like it's really difficult to run past that that gigantic ball on the staircase. That's the only major obstruction to me getting back to this room anyway. I don't know. I don't remember seeing this originally. I hope it's something good and not like another boss. But who knows, really. Well, I'm back in the lakes. Somewhere entirely different? A church. Churches are good.
You're tarnished, aren't you? I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows?
I don't. Also, cool miter.
Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erd Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Rennala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erd Tree of the capital and the Academy of Raya Lucaria.
I see. Also, like, a teleport point to the academy as well.
Oh, was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
Sure. What do you got? Some pretty cool stuff here, but nothing I'm going to be able to use. Magical greatsword. Yeah, unfortunately, I am not planning to build anything. Ooh, healing. Give a scroll? Oh, I do have an academy scroll.
What have we here? Very well, let us both learn together. Heresy is not native to the world. It is but a contrivance. All things can be conjoined.
All right. And that gives him a few more things to get. Incantations, yeah, same thing.
You wish to know more of Lord Radagon. Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Rennala in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carian queen. However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Rennala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Rennala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord. You wish to know more of Lady Rennala? She is queen, head of the Carian royal family, and governor of the Academy of Raya Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radagon left her, and then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library.
Where she is to this day. Just a feeling. Anything else?
You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
Where is that statue?
In the end, Lady Rennala was left alone, cradling the amber egg Lord Radagon bequeathed her. Now she devotes herself to it through forbidden rite, the grim art of reincarnation. You would do well to remember, severing a vow, strongest of bonds, has consequences ever more dire. You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a famed sculptor.
Okay, I already heard that one. Where do I find that statue, though, I think is the real question. So, anything of use in here? I've been told I can take it? Oh, yeah. Well, if I kill any NPCs, this is, I guess, where I get them to stop being mad at me. Or attack any NPCs. I suppose if I kill them, that might be more of an issue. Gold sewing needle, golden tailoring tools. I don't know. Is it item crafting? Got any cool gold stuff I can make now? No. At least seemingly not. Got perfume arts. No. Maybe something for a side quest later on. Oh man, I got like a few golden seeds here. I should probably end up using that. And taking a look around here, didn't see a teleport back. Though hey, probably worth it going over here just purely for the lore alone, right? Still, I would like a miter myself, but I don't think that's going to happen now, is it? How unfortunate. Church of the Cuckoo. Well, anyway. Where is... Back to the debate parlor. Back into the old ball area. The old Indiana Jones section here. Well, at least it's a lot more easy to justify summoning up a bunch of boulders through magic rather than having a giant throw them down at you. I know, he had a very big pile of those, but come on. A little bit unbelievable, if you were to ask me. Okay, let's see if I can avoid getting hit by it this time. More or less the only thing that's stopping me from, you know, using any... Well, it'll stop me from getting to the next place with all of my potion charges. I think there's also probably an item down there, but I'll leave that one for later. Come on, man. What if I just, like, kind of got on the side here? Would that be enough? Nope. Gotta run faster. That's the real thing. Maybe even go start at the other deal. So. Ow. Okay, don't look around. Got it. Really? I hope he died doing that. But hey, I'm up here now. Sort of. Huh. Guess it doesn't spawn the balls if you just stay on the right side the entire time. Okay, okay. As loath as I am to do this, let's actually fight the guy. He'll run directly into my attacks most of the time, seemingly. Oh, what? The poison didn't work there? I tell you, it's like after getting it to work in the previous, in that previous fight against the Crystallian, I guess I've gotten a little bit too sure of myself when it comes to trying to actually make this work for me. Now you got to do that a pretty big distance away, and your flask charge is already gone. Good job, idiot. Hey, that one worked at least. Nice try, but not gonna happen. And now, one more hit, and you're done. There, and because that guy apparently is, like, invader style, I don't think he's going to be respawning. Didn't even give me the amount of souls that I lost the first time I was fighting him, though. Kind of unfortunate, but hey, at least it's dealt with now, so I don't have to worry about that dude again. Also got a cool shield, which I'm not going to use. Come on, why would I ever stop being, you know, the two-handing, gigantic axe warrior that I am? So, what do you got in here?
Hush, little Culver. I'll soon birth thee anew, a sweeting, fresh and pure.
Yeah, okay, so pretty much it was exactly what the Church of Vows guy told me. Alright, so I hope y'all a huge fan of mob boss fights. That's right, we got another one going on here. If you really like the Deacons of the Deep, Celestial Emissary it was called, or of course, probably the most apt comparison, Rom. The Vacuous Spider, well, with the whole full moon sort of theming going on here. Well, you'll love this fight. If you're like me, though, you're probably not a fan. It is sort of annoying. But the basic shtick here is the guy that's the characters on the ground that's throwing that are throwing books at you are also the ones that have like a golden halo around their heads. And that means that they break the barrier on Rennala at least one level. You gotta do it 3 times to take her down, and then you can deal some damage. And when she does that whole, like, Sweeting's time to be born anew deal, I believe that spawns more dudes in, and also turns some of the characters around here into missiles, which are currently being fired at me. So sort of run around, try not to get hit by that too much. Much like the Romlings, you can kind of take out the Much like the Romlings, you can kind of take out a few of the mobs around here, but I don't think any of it is super useful. Rather, hey, get out of the way. Rather just try and focus on the ones that are going to get me a little bit more damage against the boss. Ah, here you are. I do believe that's 3. Look out for falling chandeliers as well. A little bit damaging. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it.
My beloved, have no fear. I will hold thee. Patience. Ye will be countless born, forever and ever. Upon my name is Rani the Witch. Mother's rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser. Send word far and wide. Of the last queen of Caria, Rennala of the full moon. And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
So yeah, the comparisons between Rom become that much more apparent now. As we are just straight up doing the, well, he can even summon her own smaller moon, which is sort of silly. And also, you know, at the same time, even talking about Rom even more, hey, come on. Usually that works. Even talking about Rom more than that, does have the whole magic casting thing too. Oh man, this is, I gotta say, one of the fights that I'm not a huge fan of. So you got sort of a nothing phase at the beginning, and then very easy to one-shot you phase after that, which does have even another phase as you get her down to half health in that, where she starts to use some of the summons that you've been using all game, unless you're me. You know, the ones where you get like the wolves and whatnot. Yeah, let's actually show that for once, for God's sake. You like it? Here's the wolves. Well, I can't use them here, but I think outside of this area, though. Probably can even use it in that boss fight, but it's not hard necessarily. Circle strafing around does work to counter most of the spells. It's just, man, that's a lot of stuff you gotta go through, because you gotta do that first phase every single time, trust me. So this one might take a little bit to get done. If I do it right, though, it's like, she takes plenty of damage, certainly. But oh man, I can die so easily in that second phase. Really noticing as I've been putting together this episode that it is very low energy. Wow, I think it was the half hour of me trying to find that map earlier that took it out of me. Anyway, Rennala did take quite a few attempts. It is a pretty annoying boss. The comparisons that I made earlier to Rom is not just because of the whole mob fight aspect, but also because, oh, spells. If you're trying to go melee, this is just that much more difficult. And she does have this whole wacky throw around her staff, as well as use it as a shield, which also does damage to you. So There's a bunch of different reasons why, you can't just go in extremely hard. That isn't just she jumps away from you all the time. For the most part, what I'm trying to do is I'm waiting until she does the shotgun attack. You'll notice that because it looks like a huge cluster of crystals in front of her. That one that gets shot off immediately, or the very fast shooting ones. Specifically, it's just a couple points of light that she quickly brings out in front of her rather than opening up some summoning portals like that. Anyway, second phase. You can see here, got wolves, got the dragon, which I think works very similar to the Godric fight. Weird hitboxes included, which is a lot of fun. But each one of these summons thankfully disappears after a very brief amount of time. And during that, she doesn't actually attack you. Or, well, she waits quite a while to start to attack you, so it gives a pretty good opportunity to try and deal some damage. Hate that moon. Hate that moon because while you're waiting for it to explode, she'll usually get off at least one more attack. And that, as much... It's weird. I don't know if circle strafing never works, or if it just uncommonly works with the gigantic laser beam, the Soul Stream, I think it was called in Dark Souls 3. But I've just gotten into the habit when I was doing this fight of attempting to roll a couple times in an effort to not get hit by that. Really, as long as you're circle strafing around, most attacks do miss you, as well as sort of trying to walk forward a little bit with the slower attacks. Not much will hit you. It's really when she tries to throw out the staff that you'll tend to take some damage. But hey, even then, that is not instant death, unlike if you get hit with a full salvo of magic shots right now. So it's not too bad. Summoning does stun you, but doesn't deal damage, so that's also pretty nice just by itself. One of the weird things that happens in this fight, though, is when she summons stuff, you lose the lock-on on her, which is kind of annoying if you just want to totally ignore the summons, which I think is probably advisable. They stay around barely any time at all. But yeah, you can see there how my camera was just like, oh, wait, you're not locked on to anything anymore. Let me just readjust your vision away from the enemy who is dealing a lot of damage to you. Yeah.
My dear daughter, weave thy night into being.
Another great rune. Unfortunately, I don't know how to unlock the power of this one. It doesn't give you as clear instruction as the one you get from Godric, where it's like, hey, go to the tower that he has near him. So if there's a way to use that, I don't know. It seems to indicate that it'll have something to do with health, but which I would enjoy a lot more, whether it's regeneration or just increased health. I've got to figure out what to do with it first.
And light aplenty, dither not. Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew? Ah, thou, is it thy wish to be born anew? To become a sweeting, reborn of my beloved egg?
Respecking, but also changing up your character, much like at the mirror in the hold.
Nor afeared, I would birth thee as a sweeting, fair and fine.
Now, where do I get the item to be able to respec? I don't know. But it apparently exists. Can't open up that, still locked. But hey, I also did get the remembrance, as well as, because I got another great rune, should have get a few more pieces of dialogue from the Finger Maiden back in the hold. Needless to say, though, this remembrance is going to be a lot more magic focused, so I just end up deciding to dump it all into runes. I'm not going to make either one of the items because they're going to be completely useless to me. Still, though, worth it to see what they actually do and get the lore and everything anyway. Even though speaking of lore, oh, why is she still there? Caressing the egg? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the lore here, but I don't know.
My, look at you. Only once before have I seen two great runes together. Look there. The fingers shudder with exuberance. Fine work, brave Tarnished. The greater will is pleased. You have earned the right to become Elden Lord. Now, seek the Erd Tree and an audience with Queen Marika to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order. The fingers expect as much from you as they do young Gideon. Take this, a token of farewell.
Hey, neat. Not that I've been using the talismans.
Go forth. Become Elden Lord.
So, yeah,
Queen Marika is the
I'm glad for the vote of confidence, but at the same time, I don't...
punishment for shattering the order.
Well, I gotta get to the tree. Get to the big tree. I've already got the path opened up to the capital, so that's cool. Well, anyway, what are these items? Shouldn't be too much more of a short trip right up to that tree, right? Right? Yeah. So, magic scepter, yeah, not gonna happen at all. Uses the spinning weapon skill. And, of course, the ability to just summon the moon. You just summon the moon. Look at how much intelligence that requires to actually use this thing. My God. It seems to be extremely powerful. Dispels all sorcery that touches. Reduces magic, whatever. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm just taking the runes. I'm taking the runes because I don't really want to go into magic at this point in time. I'm an axe man. I use the axe. So next time then it is going to be all about storming the capital to get to that tree. Will I do it? Probably not. But I'll try.